Hey, Food Critic Alan Borgen here. Welcome to another Let's Dine Out show. Today we're going to take you front and center to some of the best restaurants in the area. And with me is my food buddy Rose. Let's go meet her.
Hi, I'm Rose Davidson. I'm a big foodie, so I'm really excited to be here today. My mom was a gourmet cook, so I wanted to learn it. I became a gourmet cook, and I love it. Let's get going because I want to eat.
First, we're off to a new and exciting restaurant in Laverne called Lordsburg Taphouse and Grill. A great restaurant for your entire family. Then we're off to Upland for another new restaurant that everyone is excited about, Magdalino's French and Italian cuisine. Once a site of T. Phillips Restaurant, Lordsburg Taphouse and Grill is nestled in between restaurants and small stores in downtown Laverne and pays honor to the days of old when citrus growing and railroads were the mainstays of this charming city. The menu offers a large selection of creative appetizers, burgers, sandwiches, pastas, and lots of delicious entrees that you won't find at most sports bars. There are 7 TVs scattered around the dining room, while the impressive fully stocked bar and 61 beer offerings on tap adds to the excitement of the dining experience. Owners Mike and Britt McAdams, General Manager Kenny McKinley, and Executive Chef Rolando Alvarado are on a mission to bring back that special feeling that once thrived in this town, as well as thrill and delight your culinary taste buds.
What makes our restaurant special is our servers, the customer service you get, the friendly at-home atmosphere that we have here, and the great food. We range everywhere from lobster grilled cheese to ribeye steak, gourmet salads, pastas. We have 61 different craft beers on tap, a lot of them from local breweries in the area. It's a big draw to the college kids and all the beer fanatics. So hopefully we'll see you guys soon and come on in and check us out and experience our good service.
Well, Rose, you ready to eat?
I am.
I mean, lots of food?
Yes.
Let the food fest begin. Let's start with the artichoke, spinach, shrimp dip. $12. This was a spinach artichoke dip. It was baked with tiger shrimp, bits and pieces of tiger shrimp, Parmesan cheese served with pecorino croutons. And I really like this dish. It was a great appetizer. I've had a lot of spinach dips. I happen to like it. What I like about this one more than any other is it had a lot of flavor. How'd you like the dish, Rose?
I like the dish, and I, like you, have had many artichoke dips. And the thing that made this one special was the shrimp, as you say. And I'm a cheeseophile, so I liked the cheese on top, and they could have just taken the cheese off and fried it on the side and given it to me, and I would have eaten it that way too. But what was really great for me was the little toast that they had. They weren't covered with garlic or anything that would compete with the flavors
so it did
of the
master
artichoke.
flavors, right?
Right, you could taste everything in the dip.
Good. It was a good choice for a beginner.
Yeah.
And lots of it, a lot of toast points.
Oh, absolutely.
Good, nice dish. Next, we have the Hangover Burger, $11. This is 1/2 pound beef patty on a brioche bun topped with onion strings, Munster cheese, chipotle bacon, chipotle aioli, arugula, and a fried egg. And it comes with choice of sides. We had ours with homemade potato chips. Wow, that's all I could say. Talk about a myriad of flavors. I love the chipotle bacon. The burger was nice and juicy. The bun was better than the regular, crummy bun like a lot of restaurants serve. And, the egg, you cut it open or bite into it, and the egg yolk just goes right into everything, and just a masterful burger.
I love this burger, and I had 2 new things for me today. I've never had an egg on my burger, so that was the first, but I've seen
You've
it.
had egg on your face, right?
Yes.
Oh, we've had that before.
And nice bun. And I've never had chipotle bacon before, and it was really good, and it was cooked perfectly. The chips were cooked perfectly, and what I really loved about them was that they weren't over salted.
And also, they had nice crispness to it. A lot of times,
Yes.
fresh potatoes. Depends on what potatoes you use. This one had a crisp throughout the whole chip. So,
Right, no greasy, soggy potato
no.
chips.
And again, the portions here are huge and well worth the price. Let me tell you, folks, you're not going to leave here hungry. Okay, next, if you're a vegetarian, this is one of the best burgers. Even if you're not a vegetarian, this is a great burger. It's a spicy black bean burger, $10. A black bean burger patty. It's topped with pepper jack cheese, tomato, mixed greens, fresh avocado, grilled onions, and again, chipotle aioli. This chef loves chipotle. Excellent, excellent burger. An absolute delicious black bean flavor. It reminded me of almost like a bean dip that you've had with the cheese and, with bean, you mix around with a potato chip or tortilla chip. Well, this one had a nice bean flavor and cheese on it, and it was a delicious, delicious burger.
I love this burger. I'm not a vegetarian, but I thought this was terrific, and I would order it.
Me too.
It was kind of like eating, it tasted like chili to me, kind of, and I like that.
It was all about flavor, and that's the one thing when I eat out, I look for food that's flavorful, and everything we've had so far is full of flavors. Next, a real classic sandwich, the Reuben sandwich, and this was only $10. This is a massive portion of house-made corned beef. They make it right here with Swiss cheese, sauerkraut, and lots of Russian dressing. I love this sandwich. I love Reuben sandwiches. I love corned beef. It can be dried out, but it wasn't. This one wasn't. It was really nice and tangy. The toasty, crispy bread was a nice addition. Plus the sauerkraut. Again, it had a nice tangy flavor to it. And the creamy dressing. That's what makes the whole sandwich come together. And there was a lot of it, and kind of messy and so good.
Yeah, it was kind of messy, but I really loved this corned beef. It was just succulent. It, like you said, they can be dry, and this was perfect.
Right.
And what I liked about the rye bread was that it was kind of a mild rye. It wasn't an overpowering rye, so it melded with everything rather than overpowering the beef and
See,
the sauerkraut.
I'm used to the corn, meal on like a Jewish rye bread. I like the heavy rye bread. This was very close, but this had a nice flavor. But
Yeah.
it's all about flavor, and this is a great sandwich. So if you like Reuben's, this is a good choice. Another great choice and something very different is a lobster grilled cheese sandwich. $12. Get a load of this, folks. Grilled cheese sandwich with Munster cheese and cheddar cheese with pieces of real lobster thrown into it. It's grilled on Parmesan sourdough bread. Can life get any better? Now, when I first had this, I thought it would be that imitation garbage, lobster crab that everybody has. No, it was real lobster in it. So you got the sweetness of the lobster, nice texture to it, and it really goes well with the cheeses and also the bread. It was a nice sourdough bread and just a nice sandwich.
Now I'm going to tell you, Alan, I didn't think I was going to like it. I thought lobster and grilled cheese. I like grilled cheese, but I'm sort of a purist, and I really loved this sandwich. And I also love that it was perfectly toasted. It's not soggy and it's not falling apart, and the cheeses used were perfect.
That's right. Now, I would say I would like to see more cheese in it. I'd like to see a little more. When you bite into it, it should ooze out on you.
Yeah, kind of be stringy or something, right?
Just ooze more cheese. It seemed like it was more lobster than cheese, which is unusual.
That's
but
true.
I'd like to see a little bit more cheese in it. That's just my opinion. So, next, jambalaya. If you're from New Orleans, this is a dish that you're very familiar with. This is $20. Now, again, before you think, $20, trust me, folks, this is well worth it. And they have their menu, again, it's priced from like $8, $9 to about $20, $25. But I mean, you got full entrees here, lunch and dinner, but this is a really nice treat. This classic Cajun dish consisted of a large portion of fettuccine pasta, tossed with a zesty tomato sauce, with shrimp, andouille sausage, and chicken, and it comes with garlic bread. To me, this was a nice dish because of, again, the flavors, the textures. It was hot and it had some zest to it. I've had it a little more. It had a little different flavor than traditional Cajun seasonings in it.
I thought so too.
When I was in New Orleans, this came close, but nonetheless, it was really good. And I've had jambalaya too with rice and different methodologies, but the sauce is good, and I enjoyed that very much.
Well, I thought that he put a twist on it because now, correct me if I'm wrong, but jambalaya is usually rice. Is that right?
I've had it both ways, to be honest.
So I've never had it with pasta before.
Okay, yeah.
But I thought that was nice. I like that.
What's their own rendition?
And the sausage was great, and the chicken and the shrimp. But now, don't get mad at me, people, because I said that I don't like things too spicy, right? But I would have liked a little more heat in this, just a little bit, because it's jambalaya.
Yeah.
And that's how I've always had it in the South, and that's how I thought it should be. But I mean, other than that, it was all perfect.
Like I said, this is Laverne. This is their own take, and it wasn't bad. It had lots of flavors, but you know, it was just a rendition from a classic dish.
Yeah,
Let's leave it at
well,
that. So
yeah.
good stuff. Okay, then we had the country fried pork chop. This is very different. This was $17, which is a steal. This was a large pork chop, and they pound it. It's with a bone in. They pound it, flour it, and fry. It's fried. It's topped with a wonderful, sweet, tangy red pepper marmalade served with baked mac and cheese. I was really shocked. I wasn't in the kitchen when they made this. When it came out, I'm like, what, is this the right one? First of all, it's breaded like, it shouldn't be called country fried. It should be just called breaded pork chop.
Just breaded pork
that's what
chop?
I'm used to. Delicious breading, nice pork chop, a lot of meat on it. I love the marmalade, the sweet marmalade. It had a nice kick to it, but not spicy, just a nice sweetness to it. It was just a nice, everything went together really nice. This would be a perfect country fried steak with gravy for breakfast. The
Yes.
breading on it.
You know, my parents are both Southerners. Okay, so
Y'all? You didn't say you all.
yeah, y'all.
Okay, good.
So I have had a lot of country fried everything, and this was delicious.
Yeah.
And the meat was moist, the breading was perfect, and I loved the marmalade on top, and it
good.
was kind of vinegary. But I like vinegar, so I was
nice
happy.
sweetness
I was
to it.
happy with that. I don't know if you were happy with
Oh,
the,
you
the
didn't see me
vinegar
dancing?
taste.
I was
Yeah, you were like
dancing,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was good.
It was good. Then there was dessert.
I know.
She's a dessert person.
Yeah,
This
well.
is a peach cobbler, $7.
Yeah.
Peaches with a nice syrup inside. On top of it is granola that they bake. Big scoops of ice cream. You can have it with or without ice cream. Go for the ice cream. Oh, I fed you first. You're like Mikey. Here, taste. Give it to Mikey. Give it to Rose. Let her taste it first.
Ladies first.
But it was good enough. I have diabetes, so I didn't want to get to a diabetic coma. But it was worth it. If you're going to go into a diabetic coma, this is a good dish to have.
He just kept shoveling it in. I
Here,
couldn't
eat,
stop
eat.
him.
I'm like a Jewish mother. Eat. But it was very, very nice. I love the topping. It was nice and crisp. Had a nice sweetness to it. And I love that topping versus a pastry topping. Some crust. I don't like that kind of crust. I like the granola type crust.
I was pleasantly surprised about that. I really liked it that way instead of the pastry.
Right.
So, and like you said, a nice crunchy little granola. It was, and the ice cream, of course. I know they always put ice cream on it, but I love
And
ice
whipped cream. And then there's lots of
And
whippage.
I told you in the kitchen that you could just serve me a bowl of whipped cream and shovel that in, and I'd be okay too. But it was all perfect.
Whipped cream. Then they also had caramel sauce. And
It was delicious.
quite an ending to a nice meal.
It was, and thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Overall, I really enjoyed this restaurant. I like the idea that everything is fresh here. The chef and the owners, they really care about quality food. And this is kind of like a sports bar. It's a little different feel to it. But normally, you don't find food like this. This is really some upscale food. Great pricing, great portions, great bar. They have over 61 beers on tap and just a nice environment. My favorite dishes was the Reuben sandwich. I love that corned beef. They, let's see, what else? The pork chop, country fried pork chop. And of course, the hangover burger. I don't know what it is about the hangover burger, but that was one of my favorites.
I don't know.
Your thoughts?
I don't know if it's a hangover remedy, but this is not your standard bar fare. As you said, it's upscale food, and they haven't been open long, and you can tell he takes great care, and everything is really past being up to par. It's great. So I love the pork chop, and I, being kind of a Southerner gal, sort of, and I thought the black bean burger is a super alternative if you're not in the mood for meat. It was really tasty. And I think that my other favorite would probably be,
Peach cobbler?
yes, you know what?
That's the one I saw you
The
smiling.
peach cobbler.
Yeah. Okay, Rose, we're done with the restaurant number 1, so we can pack up the food and take it with us. And then we're off. I'm getting starved already. It's been a whole 10 minutes.
I know.
We're off to Upland,
Yay.
to Magdalino's French and Italian cuisine. Another new restaurant, another find.
I can't wait.
Be fun.
I know.
One of the newest restaurants to open up in the Inland Valley is Magdalino's French and Italian Cuisine on North Central Avenue in Upland. And what a restaurant it is. The beautiful Mediterranean-style dining room and large bar offers a comfortable upscale dining experience, while the banquet room is the perfect setting for that special party or event, and they even have outdoor seating. The menu features a wide variety of pastas, chicken, crepes, steaks, seafood, and traditional Italian and French dishes that will surely please everyone's culinary palate. Under the creative guidance of chef-owner Jeanette Magdalino, who oversees the kitchen, and her sister Maritza, who is responsible for the front end of the restaurant, the entire Magdaleno family invites you to join them for a true culinary adventure you soon won't forget.
I believe that our restaurant is special because we prepare everything fresh here. All of our ingredients are fresh, from our salad dressings to our desserts. Everything is made in-house. Another reason why I believe that we're special is because we are a combination of French and Italian food. So you can have things that you wouldn't usually be able to have together, such as escargot and spaghetti at the same time. And even though those seem a little bit odd, they actually go very well together. So hopefully we'll see you soon. Come and say hi to our family. We are very excited to serve you.
From Laverne to Upland, we're here at Magdalino's French and Italian Cuisine, and you guys are in for a treat. Speaking of treats, are you ready?
I am ready.
You've done pretty good. You ate pretty good the first restaurant, and we
You
have
think?
like 10 more dishes here,
Yeah.
so let's dive into it.
Let's do it.
First dish was a really nice appetizer salad. It's a roasted beet salad, $10.50. If you like beets, this is wonderful. This is baby greens with roasted red and gold beets, and gorgonzola crumbles, lots of gorgonzola cheese, with a roasted beet vinaigrette. Now, again, this is beet heaven. What was so nice, and it completely fooled me, was when you taste the beets, it was very sugary. And I thought, wow, they must have pickled it. No, that's the natural state. When they cooked it, they roast it. So when they roast it, it brings all the sugar out. Nice vinaigrette, light and everything. Just a really nice, healthy, substantial salad, especially with the gorgonzola cheese. That's like the frosting on the cake.
Yeah, it sure is. I agree with that. I love beets, and I know a lot of people don't. I think if they came in here and tried this, they would love it. And I too thought that they sweetened them,
Yeah, no.
but it's just natural.
Well,
so
there's a
it's
lot of
great.
surprises at this restaurant. That was just one of them, and a lot more to come. Second dish was seafood pasta, $18. This is a very nice sized portion of penne pasta, and tossed with salmon, mussels, scallops, shrimp, and tomatoes, with a luscious shallot, garlic, white wine reduced lobster sauce. All these ingredients, I mean, there's lots of them, and what flavor, everything was just came together. I would like to see more seafood. That was my only little quirky thing. I'd just like to see a little bit more of everything, but then again, I'm so greedy because it was so good.
Well, the salmon was cooked so well, of course you want more of it. But I really liked, the sauce was light, and I like that. So it's not too rich, not too heavy for us gals, you know, who want something a little lighter.
You know, there's a French influence here for sure, and French sauces can be real heavy, but one thing for clear is it's full of butter and nice flavor. So if you're on a real diet, that might be a good dish, but it's well worth it. Next came the chicken cordon bleu, $18, a real classic dish too. 8 ounces. There was a chicken breast that was cut in half, stuffed with brie cheese, ham, prosciutto ham, cream sauce. And what happened was they bread it. It's deep fried, served with a luscious sauce with grilled fresh asparagus and pomme de Framboise. It's scallop potatoes, cheese potatoes. Really, really nice. I love chicken cordon bleu. Unfortunately, no one makes it as good as this place. It had a nice crisp exterior. The chicken was moist. I love the prosciutto. It wasn't real salty, but it had a little smoky flavor to it, and just excellent rendition.
It wasn't overwhelming, the prosciutto. What I love is that they didn't go the traditional Swiss cheese route that housewives from the 50s would have done. You know, they put the brie in it. And I love brie, of course, so it was extra special for me.
Yeah, it had a nice little twist to it. And a lot of their dishes do have a little twist, which makes it, again, a restaurant that's very unique and definitely worth coming to. Next came another dish that was wonderful. Chicken pesto Alfredo crepe, $10. This is probably one of the values of the night. It was one of my favorites for sure. This is a giant homemade crepe that they make here on the premises, filled with lots of tender chunks of chicken with a real creamy, rich pesto Alfredo cream sauce, lots of butter, lots of basil in there, lots of overtones that you get. I'm sure the chef wouldn't tell me, Jeanette wouldn't tell me everything, but I'm telling you, this was a delicious dish and oh so rich and oh so good.
And oh so big,
Yeah.
don't you think? I mean, it's more than generous.
That's
So-
probably the biggest crepe I've seen.
Yeah, and it was so tasty. I think it's one of my favorites.
For $10, that and a big loaf of their bread that they make on grounds.
Yeah,
Everything here
$10.
is made on the premises. All their anything with dough and except for the pastas. I think a couple pastas they make, but everything else is made fresh here. And that's one thing about this restaurant. They don't skimp on anything. So good stuff. Next one's another just incredible dish: pistachio salmon, $19.50. This is an 8-ounce fillet of salmon. It's topped with a real crisp crusted pistachio nut, again, crust with thyme, oregano. It comes with rice pilaf and more fresh asparagus. My, oh my. Salmon, flaky, tender. It just falls off everything just falls apart so nicely, lots of flavor. The pistachios, that really made the dish special.
It really did. That topping was so good. I want to try to make it myself.
It's that good. And, a lot of nut crusted items, usually they make it so it's almost like powder.
Yeah, or
And
soggy or
No,
something.
this was chunky, and so you got a nice crunch, nutty flavor to it, and pistachios kind of have that unique, flavor to it. And
And you're right, it's perfectly cooked, and it's a very generous portion again,
Yeah.
and beautifully presented. And the asparagus, people think, asparagus, but it's so well grilled and perfectly cooked as well.
Yep.
It's just delicious.
all about flavor and eat with your
Yeah.
eyes. Well,
Yeah.
we sure did it. And next, a real French classic, beef bourguignon. This is $21. This is a large ceramic crock filled with lots of fettuccine noodles, mushrooms, carrots, chunks of red wine marinated beef that's slowly cooked. It was marinated for 2 days. And then what neat is they put the cover on top, then they put a dough crust around it, and it's baked in it. And what a memorable dish. And again, this is a real classic French dish. It's a great casserole. The portion is easily enough for 2 people. I really
Yes.
think it's way underpriced. So if people are hungry, this is what you want to order. Delicious. I'd like to see a little more sauce. It was that good. Big chunks of delicious wine marinated beef, tender, just falls apart. Excellent.
One thing I like is when I see a first. I've never seen that before, where they seal
you open it up
the
and
lid shut with the
surprise.
dough and then cut it open at your table. I think that's amazing. And when we opened the lid, you could smell the red wine
Just overwhelms
that
you.
the beef had been marinating in. And you can taste it in the beef, and it was so succulent, the meat. It was just so tender and wonderful.
You don't see this dish very often. And
No.
It's labor intensive, and again, I've had this before, and it's been good, but nothing like this. This is excellent. And then there's dessert, and that's fresh apple tart. Again, all the desserts are made fresh to order on the premises. What can I say with this? What was a salted caramel gelato, candied pecans. So you got the crunch, you got the sweet, you got the saltiness of it, and then you got
Yeah.
the wonderful apples with the puff pastry they make. And I don't get excited that often because a lot of times restaurants are they're good, and there's some great ones out there, but this one excites me. It's a little different than everybody else's. There's a lot of love and passion in this restaurant. Nice owners, very creative dishes, very affordable, which helps my
yeah.
pocketbook.
I know.
So for me, my favorites were the chicken cordon bleu, the chicken pesto Alfredo crepe, and the pistachio crusted salmon. What were some of your favorites?
The pistachio salmon was amazing, and I'm just in love with the topping. I really am. So it's
Okay.
that, and I got to choose the dessert, ladies or whoever, if you're into it, because that was so good.
No, I mean, everything was very, very good here. So, well, how'd your experience go?
You know what? I can't think of a better way to spend my day than with you,
Oh, thank you.
eating out all day, and laughing and having fun and getting to be a food critic.
It was a fun experience and a lot of food. And again, if you want to join me, go on our Facebook. It's a Feed Me 411 Facebook. Like us on there. And who knows, you can join me like Rose. And again, Rose Davidson, thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully we'll see you again.
Well, thank you for having me.
I can't wait to eat more of this. Once I'm off my diet at Lindora, I'll be able to. So until next week, happy eating, everybody. And thanks for joining us on Feed Me 411. See you guys later. For more information on the Let's Dine Out show, go to kvcr.org and look for us under local programs. You can email me at alan@alanborgen.com. And you can listen to the Let's Dine Out radio show on KTIE 590, The Answer, every Saturday from 3 to 5.